Hi guys, this is Alfred with digitalintuition.com. I'm doing my intro for this whole archive that I'm going to try and build. I'm going to be talking about Forex trading and Forex betting. This is my passion. This has been my brother's passion and my passion for almost half a decade now. I'm hoping that we can have a little fun, that we can make a little money, and this might become your passion as well. Okay, before we get started, I want to touch on some things. Everything has a price, and I want to go ahead and just point out the price to you guys as far as these videos are concerned. Let me explain. There are certain things I want you guys to agree with in order to get the most out of these videos.
Number 1.
Don't try and remember everything. It's simply not possible. Over the past 5 years, I can't even count how many trading books I've read. You can't remember everything. That's not what this is about. This is about understanding how to put things together and react. Not calling up some vast knowledge of trader mumbo jumbo. It's not necessary. Put your mind at ease. Don't try and remember everything.
Number 2.
Let's talk about one of my favorite movies, The Karate Kid. It's the story of a young man who comes to a new town and he has trouble integrating. He meets a superintendent that just happens to be a martial arts expert, and he teaches him the beauty of the art as well as how to defend himself in this new town. But before he done any of this character, Mr. Miyagi, sits down with Daniel and he tells him a little story. This is my second stipulation. His story went something like this, and I'm paraphrasing. He says, "Daniel, before we start, I want you to understand something. There's a left side of the road and a right side of the road. If you walk on the left side of the road, cars are going to pass you. If you walk on the right side of the road, some cars are going to pass you. But if you walk in the center of the road, eventually, you're going to get hit." This is very important to understand. I want you guys to commit to this. Sometimes, and I've done this especially early when I began trading, I went out and I looked at what this guy was saying, and I looked at what that guy was saying. And one guy says, "Don't try and get your stops too close. Make your stops wide so you won't get stopped out of a trade. Make your stops 80, 100 pips. If you don't know what a pip is, if you don't know what a stop is, stop worrying about it." We got lots of videos where we're going to cover all of that. But the point is, there is a deluge of information on the internet. Don't let it overwhelm you. You've got to pick a side of the road, and you've got to stick to that side of the road. I'm here to teach you guys my side of the road. I'm not saying I know the only way to get to where you want to get to, which is Forex profits. I'm not saying that this is the end-all gospel. But what I'm saying is I know my side of the road very well, and I'm willing to share with you my side of the road. I can't do that effectively if you choose to walk in the middle of the street. So make a commitment. Make a commitment to learn how things work on this side of the road. When you learn a song, it's easy to go from that point to learning how to improvise with that song. Uh, Musical theorists call this improvisation on a theme. But first you gotta learn the song. I'm here to teach you guys the song. Okay, those are my only 2 key points. And I want to end on a funny story. Or I don't know, maybe it's a scary story. Once upon a time there were 2 hikers in the woods, and all of a sudden they heard a rustle behind them. They looked back and found that they were being pursued by a wild and angry bear. One hiker cuts off running, as any sane man would surely do. The other guy stops, takes off his pack, proceeds to opening his pack and changing his shoes. Well, his friend comes back to him and he explains to him very emotionally, "What on earth are you doing? We're being pursued by a wild bear. The bear is coming. The bear is going to rip us limb from limb." This bear is every other Forex trader on the market other than you. The guy says to his friend, "Here's what I'm doing. I realize that there's a bear chasing us. I realize that the bear is eventually going to catch us. But what I'm doing is getting into my very best running shoes." And the guy goes, "I don't understand. What are you talking about? Your very best running shoes? You'll never outrun the bear. Are you crazy?" And the guy says to his friend, "I don't have to outrun the bear. I only have to outrun you." Now here's the moral to that story. The moral to the story is you don't have to out-trade everyone else in the market. You only have to understand how to out-trade what I like to call just the common, everyday, run-of-the-mill retail trader. That's fine, because 95% of the individuals who endeavor to learn to trade the Forex market don't make any money at all. When you get away from the me against the world attitude, and you all of a sudden understand what niche you should be competing against, then you see it's a lot easier to generate profits. $1.9 trillion traded every day around the world, 24 hours a day. But what you're going to find is that there are only 2 key factors that move every market. There are only 6 to 8 key positions, price points, however you want to look at them, that you should ever even worry about looking at. And there are only 2 key times every trading day that I look at, even preparing myself to get into a position. When you get all of these factors together, you're in the right place, at the right price, at the right time. The odds of you having a successful trade are increased exponentially. I'm going to just try and point out all of these factors and get you guys to understand how a majority of professional traders think. And then I'm going to also try and point out how a majority of traders lose money. The good news is we've been doing this for the better part of almost 5 years now. We know a lot of ways to make money. We know a lot of ways to lose money. I'm going to point them out to you, and you decide which side of the road you want to be on. Visit www.digital-intuition.com and download your free copy of Forex Flows for more informative and entertaining video seminars and podcasts like this one.